Minasan, konnichiwa! Kaycee des. This is sentence construction using SOV pattern. Hello everyone, this is Kaycee and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we will learn how to construct basic sentences in Japanese using the SOV pattern. If you remember, meron tayong video before about simple sentence construction in Japanese using the pattern X wa, Y des, and X wa, Yじゃないです. But for today, ang pattern na gagamitin natin ay SOV. Ano yung SOV pattern ng sentence? If you recall in English, the pattern should be SVO. Subject, verb, and then object. But in Japanese language, the pattern is SOV. Subject, object, and then lastly, verb. Yes, nasa huli yung verb. So for example, in English, sasabihin ko, I eat sushi. So sa Japanese, ang mangyayari ganito. I sushi eat. Kasi nga nasa huli yung verb, diba? In this video, you'll get familiarized on this basic sentence pattern and you'll also have an idea on what Japanese particle should be used in the sentence. And by the way, if you haven't seen my video yet about the Japanese particles, ilalagay ko yung link ng video sa description box below. Are you ready to form Japanese sentences using this pattern? Let's start!
We will talk about the basic sentence structure in Japanese. First, let's try to recall the basic structure in English, and the pattern is SVO. Subject, verb, object. As mentioned earlier, in Japanese language or Nihongo, the pattern is SOV. Subject, object, verb. You will see the difference in the order in terms of verb. Let's see the following examples for comparison. First, in English, I study Japanese. You can see the I being the subject, followed by the verb, which is study, and the object, which is Japanese. However, in Japanese, we will say, Watashi wa Nihongo o benkyou shimasu. Watashi is the subject, meaning I, followed by Nihongo as the object, meaning Japanese language. And lastly, benkyou shimasu as the verb, meaning to study. Literal translation would be I Japanese study. But in natural speech, we say I study Japanese. Another important thing to remember is that we can eliminate the subject once we already establish who are we talking about in the sentence. In this example, we can simply say, Nihongo benkyou shimasu, since I have established that I am talking about myself. Still, this means the same. Another example is, she eats ramen and sushi. In Japanese, 彼女はラーメンと寿司を食べます. And lastly, Ken drinks coffee. In Japanese, ケンはコーヒーを飲みます. Let's see the following illustrations and translate this in Japanese. In this picture, it shows that Seika studies Japanese with Megumi. And in Japanese, it is Seika as the subject, followed by the particle wa. Megumi is the person whom Seika is doing the action with, followed by the particle to. Our object is Nihongo, followed by the particle o. And lastly, the verb, which is benkyou shimasu. Seika wa Megumi to Nihongo o benkyou shimasu. Seika studies Japanese with Megumi. Second illustration, we have Kenji eats breakfast at 7 o'clock. In Japanese, it is Kenji wa 7時 our time, followed by the particle ni, asa gohan, as the object meaning breakfast. O, tabemasu. Kenji wa 7時に朝ごはんを食べます。Kenji eats breakfast at 7 o'clock. For the third example, we have Haruka will drink coffee at the coffee shop on Wednesday. In Japanese, it is Haruka wa suiyobi as the time, meaning Wednesday. Ni, kisaten as our place, meaning coffee shop. Followed by the particle de, kohi o nomimasu. Haruka wa suiyobi ni kisaten de kohi o nomimasu. Haruka will drink coffee at the coffee shop on Wednesday. Kindly take note that Japanese sentences are fairly flexible in the arrangement of elements that appear in them. So for this example, we can exchange the order of time and place, but remember to put the correct particle on it. For the next illustrations, we will try to construct the sentence in Japanese first, and then we will translate in English. So for this example, kaito wa 9時に学校に行きます。Kaito wa 9時に学校に行きます。Kaito goes to school at 9 o'clock. Next, we have this illustration. In this, we can say Hina wa 日曜日に本を読みません。Hina wa 日曜日に本を読みません。Hina will not read a book on Sunday. Remember our topic on verb conjugation on negative future tense? Lastly, we have this illustration. Let's try to describe what we see here in Japanese. Sara to Yuki as the subject, wa mainichi as our adverb of time, which means every day, gakko de Nihongo o hanashimasu, which means to speak. Sara to Yuki wa mainichi gakko de Nihongo o hanashimasu. Sara and Yuki speak Japanese at school every day.
And now for our activity, I will show a picture of something and I will ask you a question about it. And your goal is to answer my question correctly. But of course, answer should be in Japanese. I'll give example for your reference. Given this picture, I will ask you, Suzuki-san wa nani o shimasu ka? Can you guess the answer? Answer should be, Suzuki-san wa hon o yomimasu. Did you got it right? Now try this.
At number 1, we have this illustration. My question is, Meari wa uchi de nani o kikimasu ka? Can you guess the answer correctly? Meari wa uchi de Nihongo no ongaku o kikimasu. For number 2, we have this. My question, Mitsuha-san wa nanji ni okimasu ka? Can you guess the answer for this? Mitsuha-san wa gozen 5時半に起きます。At number 3, we have this picture. And my question would be, Kaori-san wa doko ni hamburger o tabemasu ka? Can you guess the answer correctly? Kaori-san wa McDonald's de hamburger o tabemasu. Lastly, at number 4, we have this. And my question would be, Yamashita sensei wa itsu eiga o mimasu ka? Can you guess the answer correctly? Yamashita sensei wa toyobi ni eiga o mimasu.
So, nag-enjoy ba kayo dun sa activity natin? Thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope na nakakatulong ako or itong mga video na ginagawa ko para sa pag-aaral ninyo ng Japanese language. Please stay tuned if you want to learn Japanese with me. 一緒に日本語を勉強しましょう. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. You can share it then with your friends if you want. And pwede rin kayong mag-leave ng comment sa baba. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Good luck! Ganbatte kudasai! Arigatou Gozaimasu! Bye-bye! じゃあね